Okay, so we're looking at the part one today, and today is 25 of 11, 2025. Okay, we're looking at the subtopic which says that you are planted among people professionally and prophetically. Okay, you are planted among people professionally and prophetically. So we have about four outlines. The first one is context for the concept. Number two is why God calls you a tree. Why God calls you a tree as an entrepreneur. Okay, number three, we'll be looking at root system, what they really are. Root system, what they really are. So we'll be looking at number four, the last one. Okay, out of five. God plants what He wants to produce. God plants what He wants to produce. What He wants to produce. Okay, the last one, planted among people. Planted among people, comma, professionally and prophetically. Professionally and prophetically. Okay, that's what we'll be discussing. Hello, okay. Hello. And this awareness will bring consciousness to the way you talk, the way you think, the way you carry yourself, the way the world perceives you. And it will affect your results positively. It will affect your outcomes. It will affect your psychology. It will affect your charisma. It will affect your discipline. It will increase your ethics. It's going to put you in the center of greatness, circle of influence, where the world could not imagine you could be. So, because sometimes a lot of us tend to forget that there are expectations from people around us, and we're looking at some part of the class. We're looking at the white tree, and if you're ready for today's class, you're excited about it. Shall I? Okay, so let's start with first one. Here, context for the concept. Context for the concept. So write on your note, very important. God sows you as a seed. God sows you. God sows God sows you as a seed. God sows you as a seed. God sows you as a seed. God sows you as a seed because He sees a future need. God sows you as a seed because He sees a future need. Three of them. I think I need to clean. I'm not going to number 4 and number 5 today. So I need to clean it so I can write. God sows you as a seed, or God sows me as a seed because He sees a future need. We write He sees a future need because He sees a future need. A future need. Number 1, that I am His investment and strategy, that you are His investment and strategy. His investment and strategy. To do good things in my family, in your business, your organization, anywhere you find yourself. So you are His investment and strategy. Number 2, you are His answer to prayer someone else has prayed. You are His answers. You are His answers to prayers Someone else. Someone else has prayed. So God shows me as a seed because I'm in his investment and strategy. I'm answer to someone's prayer. If you see yourself like that, it's going to make a lot of difference. So number 3, you are the planting of the Lord on purpose, for purpose. For purpose and for purpose. You are the planting of the Lord. You are the planting of the Lord. You are the planting of the Lord on purpose and for his purpose. And for his purpose. So actually, the reason why I'm here I am because of purpose. So that's just about 3 affirmations. Whenever you remember that I'm a tree, I'll prove to you maybe shortly after this foundation, the context for the can prove to you that actually why God calls you a tree. I'll prove to you. And before we finish, I'll tell you why tree. Because there is a reason why, and you should never forget it. Because when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. So God planted me as a tree, as an investment and strategy, as an answer to someone else's prayer, as a purpose for his purpose. So, and I will share the purpose with you because I cannot understand why God planted Joseph in Egypt. It was for a purpose. Esther in palace for a purpose, for the anticipation of the future need. I don't know why God planted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and Daniel in Babylon. At that time, it was sowing a seed for anticipating the future need. So when God wants to do something powerful, he plants something as a seed and waits for the manifestation. He plants me as a seed in my family, in my business, in my enterprise, in my organization. Anywhere I find myself, he planted you as a seed in my life. He planted me as a seed in your life. That means I'm actually answering someone's prayer and you are answering also someone's prayer. So it's a consciousness of my existence as an entrepreneur. That will always make me to always think about value addition, contribution, impact, and how to make a world a better place. So there are 3 affirmations here I want to talk about. And I'm not even going to here today. So let me just clean number 1 and number 2 and write the affirmation. Whenever you remember that you're a tree, all you need to do is to affirm to yourself affirmation. So don't forget this 3 affirmation. Number 1, right there, I am planted on purpose. I am planted on purpose. Anyway, you remember that you're a tree, just say, I am here for a purpose. Anyway, you move, say, I'm moving to a place of purpose. So I am growing a root system. Number 2, I am growing. I'm going to explain root system shortly. I'm growing a root system. A root system. That means it's a consciousness. As a tree, you will bear fruit, and the fruit will germinate and grow. I'm growing a root system. So remember that I'll talk about roots because it's called gravitropy before phototropy. So you must grow roots before you grow the tree and the fruit. So you are growing roots. So anywhere you go, I'm planted for a purpose. I'm growing a root system. So before you talk about fruit system, talk about root system. We'll talk about that shortly. The next one, I'm becoming the tree God sows when he sows the seed of me. Okay. Number 3, affirmation. I am becoming. Why becoming is because fruit germinates in the season. Of course, I'm growing the tree. I'm growing the tree. God sows. Is it sow or saw? When he sowed. Okay, I'm growing the tree. God saw. God saw. So God is seeing something. I'm growing the tree. God saw. When he planted, when he sowed the seed of me. When he sows the seed of me. When he sowed the seed of me. The seed of me. Okay, don't forget this. I am becoming the tree God saw when he sowed the seed of me. I am becoming the tree God saw when he sowed the seed of me. So that means God is looking at me in the future. So he sowed me today. So I'm becoming that picture God is actually showing. So let me begin to go straight to where I'm going to today so that it will make a lot of sense. So I always say that anytime I want to talk about things like this, I always find a common ground because the subject matter that people have so many questions, so many curiosity, so many unanswered questions. So for me to reduce the questions to the barest minimum, I always find a common ground so that all of us can agree. Once we can agree on it, I can start building on it. So I'm saying I am becoming the tree God saw when he sowed the seed of me. Okay, let me clean this one. I know we are not interested in this one anymore so that it will not confuse the other one. So I always find a common ground that everybody can agree. Once we can agree, then we can start building on it. If we don't agree on anything, then there's nothing can be discussed. And the only way everyone can agree is maybe the scripture. So people can always agree down so we can start this. So I'll give just three out of many so that I will not bug you with. So I'm going to outline number two, which I'm going to discuss so much. I don't know why I didn't outline number three, but I can write again. It says, why God calls you a tree as an entrepreneur. Why? So three scriptures. Have you written these three things down? You have written it, shall I? You've not written it, shall wait for me. Okay, copy from your neighbor. Copy is allowed. Don't copy somebody's name. Okay, let me just wait for them. But that will give us the three scriptures down here. The first one is Psalm 1, 1 to 3. Psalm 1, 1 to 3. Number two scripture is Jeremiah 17, 7 to Jeremiah 17, 7 to 8. 17, 7 to 8. And the last one is the book of Matthew 7. Matthew, of course, 7, 17 to 18. Yeah. No, 7, yeah, 17 to 18. So the first one says something very interesting. That is Psalm 1, 1 to 3. It says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of the sinner, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Verse 2 says, for his delight is in the law of the Lord, and his law does he meditate day and night. Verse 6 says, and it shall be like a tree, turn out like a tree. Now planted by rivers of water, and it shall bear fruit in its season. Turn out season. A lot of people don't know there are two seasons. There's a root season, there's a fruit season. So I will talk about the season because we're going back on the general entrepreneur. Last time I mentioned about 7 logic of wealth education. I said there are seasons. There are seasons in a man's life. So a lot of people, because they don't want to undergo that some season of learning, of unlearning and relearning and formatting their brain, they jump into results. That's where frustration comes in. And you see, they're everywhere. If you don't want to pass through a training season of becoming a medical doctor, you cannot manifest as a doctor performing the surgery. If you try it, you make mistakes and you lose the case. And you will lose a lot of things. So it shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. It shall bring forth fruit in its season. Its leaf shall not wither, nor whatever you do it shall prosper. The second one, Jeremiah 17, verse 7 to 8, says something very interesting. He said that verse 17 says, even so, every good tree bringeth forth fruit, but every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but every corrupt, no, that is Matthew. Jeremiah says, blessed is the man that trusted in the Lord, and whoso is in the Lord. Verse 8 says, for he shall be like a tree planted by the waters, and spreadeth out his root by the rivers, and he shall not see what cometh. He shall not see what cometh, but the leaves shall be green, and he shall be careful in the years of drought, neither shall he cease from yielding fruit. Then talk about it shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of waters. Okay. Matthew 7, 17 to 18 says, even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, and every corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring evil fruit, neither a corrupt tree bring good fruit. A corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. So what happened is that these three have told us that if you actually perform some activities which I will mention today, and you actually bring forth a good fruit, and as an entrepreneur, there only to be a fruit that human being can eat. There also to be a fruit that will bring peace to human being. It's supposed to be like a tree that shelters people from struggles. It's supposed to be a stepping stone for people in your family, your business, that nobody will meet you and live it the same way. You actually contribute positively, either in product or services as an entrepreneur. Bring out of value that solves problem, meet up in it. And definitely you don't need to pray for money, because money, of course, is a slave of value, and value commands its own return. Tell of value commands its own return. Let me tell you how powerful value is. I'll give you some practical example that you can relate to it. Even if you go to a church, that's a typical example. And pastor actually affected your life spiritually, means preach the word of God, really taught you, and he forgot to collect offering on tithe. If you get home, you remember, I did not give something. You will carry something, carry fowl, carry yam, carry something, go back to just God. That's how value works. Value works is so when somebody affects your life, you think of reciprocating, because the value always drags its own return. So that's how it is. So you become a person of value, whether you ask or not, resources will gravitate towards you. You begin to attract quality, return of quality. Definitely. So the key idea then is that trees grows in two directions. Write it down. That is why God calls you a tree. Tree grows in two directions. Tree grows in two directions. Okay? Trees grows in two directions. All of them. Number one, a tree grows downward. It grows downward. It grows the root first. the root. I call it graphitropy. Gravitropic. I see. Number two, it goes upward. Okay? Then bear the fruit upward. I call it phototropy. Phototropic. So now the key point is this. Okay? Why God calls you a tree? Because trees grows in two directions. Number one, downward. Number two, upward. Okay? So they keep on writing down. In the kingdom, the root system proceed and outweigh the fruit system. In the kingdom, the root system, the root system, the root system proceed. In the kingdom, the root system proceed and outweighs the fruit system. The fruit system. In the kingdom, everything God does that must stand the test of time. Here, the root system happens before the root system proceed and outweigh the fruit system. So you must grow down before you grow up. And it's very important because storm will come, wind will come, sun will happen, harmattan, rain, but the tree that grows deep root will stand the test of time. Okay? In the kingdom, the root system proceed, happens before, and outweigh the fruit system. So anyone that prioritizes the fruit system, write it down, anyone that prioritizes the fruit system over the root system leads to four things. I need to clean this thing because that's how I want to write this thing. Anyone that prioritizes the fruit system, that is the result outcomes. Anyone that prioritizes the result, the fruit system, result outcome, money, car, land. Anyone that prioritizes, I don't know. I don't feel like cleaning this too. I don't want to clean. I don't want to clean it. I have to make reference to it shortly. That is why. Okay, let's just write it down. In the kingdom, anyone that prioritizes the fruit system, money, car, result, alerts, anyone that prioritizes clothing, shoes, anything result people can see, more than the root system. In the kingdom, anyone that prioritizes the fruit system over the root system, it will lead to four things. Number one, disappointment. Number one, disappointment. If you prioritizes this more than this, if you don't want to read, you don't want to invest in yourself, and you just want results, it will lead to number one, disappointment. Number two, it will lead to frustration. Frustration. Number three, it will lead to discouragement. Number four, it will lead to disillusionment. Number four, disillusionment. Disillusionment. Which I could write about. I will make reference to this shortly. I don't know how to. So, if you go to any place, because I'm going to prove to you that anywhere you move, as you go to that place, you're already planted there in business, in family, in marriage, and the first thing to do is to grow the roots before you start expecting results. And if you want to expect results without planting the root, disappointment, frustration, discouragement, and disillusionment. That's illusion. That you be thinking that you it's like a mirage. The more you move, when you are moving on the road, on the expressway, when you are going for a long journey, you see that it looks like a pool of water in the front. The moment you still drive closer, it seems like it's shifting. That's how it happens. So this thing never comes to pass. So you will always live in an illusion. So if anyone prioritizes results, outcomes more than the root, the input, the internal programming, the formation, the blueprint, you prioritizes alert more than reading or books. You're prioritizing alert more than becoming. You are prioritizing activities more than becoming. You always, I can bet you for sure, disappointed, frustrated, discouragement. Yeah, you live in an illusion. It will always be like if it's right that the world is against you, the economy is against you, everything is against you. In fact, everything will look bigger than you. Every problem you look smaller than all your problem, but you prioritizes the root system. Every problem will look small in your front. So write it down. You're not very important. Even if you have not written anything to write this particular statement. If we go back, reflect on it, it will make a lot of sense to you. Why people get frustrated? Why people don't get the result? Why is it the same world? A lot of people get results, some people don't get results. The same world, some people get sustainable outcome, live a very peaceful life, but some people don't. Because of this thing I want to make, write it down. You're very important. Your fruit system is a reflection of your root system. Your fruit system is a reflection of your root system. Your fruit system is a reflection of your root system. Your fruit system, result, outcomes. Your fruit system, your result, your outcomes is a reflection of your root system, your internal programming. Your fruit system is a reflection of your root system. Bracket open. This is the reason God likened us to a tree. This is the reason God likened us to a tree. Bracket closes. Your fruit system is a reflection of your root system. Bracket open. This is the reason God likened us to a tree. Bracket closes. Your fruit system is a true reflection of your root system. Bracket open. This is the reason God likened us to a tree. So everything you ever see on the outward, people can observe, people can see, people often celebrate, appreciate you. That all your fruit system. So fruit system are all time reflecting your root system. That means, therefore, your root system should be the number one priority. In fact, let's put another statement here. All fruit system is at all times. All fruit system is at all times reflecting your root system. Therefore, your root system should be your number one priorities. I'll give you the root system. That should be your number one priorities. All fruit system at all times. All fruit system at all times reflect your root system. All fruit systems, all result, all fruit. Okay, I'll give you the fruit system again. But let me finish this statement. All fruit system at all times reflect your root system. Therefore, your root system should be your number one priorities. Your root system should be your number one priorities. All fruit system at all times reflect your root system. All fruit system at all times reflect your root system. Therefore, your root system should be your number one priorities. All fruit system at all times is a reflection of your root system. Therefore, your root system should be your number one priorities. Because if a tree is growing, if rain fall, will it be that tree? Talk to me now. If a mango tree grow, for example, if rain fall, will it be that tree? Yes. If sun is shining, will it be that tree? Yes. If Hamatan come, will it hit that tree? Yes. Will people climb on that tree? Yes. Will he shout and say, people are too heavy for me? It will not shout, it just break. I will talk about this when we get to outline number 4. There's some load you don't need to carry. If you carry them, you break. I'm telling you the truth. So that is why you must be careful, because you have consciousness. You have consciousness to know the level, and you can speak. You can actually drop something down. Now you have power beyond what tree does. Okay? So if you grow your root, your fruit will grow and your fruit will manifest. So prioritizes who you are becoming beneath the surface, in darkness, when nobody is celebrating you, when nobody is validating you. It is your root system that is growing against the pressure, and it proceeds the fruit system. The fruit system, write it down, the fruit bearing season. The fruit bearing season is after the root growing season. I need to clean it. Don't worry. Pa. The fruit bearing season is after the root growing season. You see what's happening now. So a lot of us don't want to pass through this growing season. We just want to jump to fruit bearing season. We want to start bearing fruit. Which of you are born picking today? We stand up today, waka. It's not possible. Which of you have ever gone to school today and you graduate today from the same school? It's not possible. Which of you have gone to learn tailoring and that day you graduate from tailoring? It's not possible. Which of you have planted any seed and harvested that day? It's not possible. But people just, when it comes to material possessions, car, land, you want to get it now. You want to, you don't want to pass through the root growing season. You don't want the fruit bearing season. What learning is a real habit. You say no. Learn the skills that will make you attract the quality of relationship need, money, he say no. They are punishing me, I went there to make money, they giving me book to read. E no go work without that knowledge, because knowledge is royalty. Knowledge is packaged information, tell to serve. Knowledge is what you need. That is why when God plants anyone, name it Daniel, Esther, name them, passes through process. A season where nobody is celebrating them. A season where nobody is. In fact, there are temptations that will come along the way. Distraction from Joseph, from the distraction that will come. But they say no, because we know that we are planted here for a purpose. In your family, in your business, in your enterprise, your organization. So stop acting as if the time for bearing fruit will not. But are you prepared to bear the fruit? So write it down, very important. The carnal mind or the fleshy mind wants the result before the process. The carnal mind or the fleshy mind wants the result before the process. The carnal mind or the fleshy mind wants the result before the process. I want a result. I want a result. Follow process now? No. The carnal mind or the fleshy mind want result before the process. It will not work. It worketh not. Results will come. There are seasons of results. But how prepared are you for that season? Tell your neighbor. Preparation is the highest demonstration of faith. If I believe I have faith that I will win 100 meters race, I will prepare today. If I have faith and believe I will win football match, I will prepare today. If I have faith and believe I will pass exams, I will prepare today. If I have faith and believe that I will become a millionaire tomorrow, I will prepare today. If I have faith and believe I will become I'm the person that God has sent in the family to liberate not just my family, my generation from darkness, from sin, from lack. I'll prepare today. You prepare for opportunities. When opportunity pay, people call it luck. But opportunity will always come. Opportunity will always come. But let it not be too unprepared. So definitely, a fruit always come after the root. Cause always come after the effect. Always come after a cause. All those fruits are income, wealth, influence, offers, authority, status, and that is very important. Okay, I need to have started something today. Outline number 3, because I know my time is fast spent. I have just 10 minutes more. But let me just draw something down. Outline number 3 says, root system, what they really are. Let me just introduce it. So that it can make sense. Tomorrow will come. That is outline number 3. This is 1, 2, 3. It says, root system, what they really are. Okay, so I will do outline number 3 now. Let me just lay the foundation. So why God calls you tree is because he wants to grow root before you grow fruit. That's why when God says you shall be like a tree planted by rivers of water, shall bear fruit in its season. And its leaves shall not wither in its season. So if you do this, I give you just 3 scriptures. I give you Jeremiah, I give you Matthew. That God wants to grow. God wants to grow. But some of us, you have not grown your mind, you've not grown the thick skin, you've not withstand a lot of energy and strength to carry the kind of money you're waiting for. God says whatever you want is already available, but not this version of yourself. You need to grow, you need to learn more ethics, you need to be more accountable. One of the biggest problems most of us have is accountability. That is why God is afraid to commit something to your hand. Before God qualifies a man, he calls a man out of somewhere. Abraham was a special example. They leave your father's house. Everybody, he separates them. Look at this, he separates them from his family members. God separates men before he separates before he qualifies. Then, God separate before he qualifies. Look at David. David was in the bush and taking care of fish. Look at wilderness. Guys went to wilderness. Look at most everybody that God ever uses. He separates them before he qualifies them. Because of distraction. There are distraction. In today's world, the biggest distraction in today's world is social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, billboard, radio, advert, noise everywhere. God needs to corner you to one place so he can have personal relationship with you. So the root system, what they really are. There are majorly 3 things. Okay, so I'll talk about the root system and what they really are. So number 1, the root system are your core convictions about yourself. Core conviction. Number 1, A here. The root system, I will give you 3 of them, A, B, C. So let me tell you, the root system the root are your core convictions about yourself. About yourself. So how does it work? I, what you are, who you are, I, whose you are. I'll give you the note tomorrow. Whose you are, I. That's the last one here. Why you are here, why you are here on earth, in your family, in your business. So the core conviction about yourself. The root system, I'll give you the note tomorrow, but let me just do this one, left foundation. It includes this B, it includes root system includes root system, root system includes three things too. Include, I have the C here for you. Let me shift the C down. So root system, what they really are. Number one, your core conviction about yourself. So you need to know who you are, whose you are, why you are here on earth. Number two, root system include three things. I here, your identity. I, your identity, your self-belief in God. Your identity, your self-belief in God. Self-belief. Self-belief in God. Self-belief in God. Bracket closes. Attitude. Attitude and values. Attitude and values. Attitude and values. So what are your attitude in the midst of decisions making as an entrepreneur, as a businessman? What are your values that you cannot compromise as an entrepreneur? If you don't stand for something, you fall for everything. So understanding your values as an entrepreneur will make a lot of sense. What you tolerate, what you don't tolerate, how you carry yourself, how you do things. Yes, I know my time is up. Let me just lay the foundation. So um it includes I. Your root system. Your root system includes who you are, whose you are, why you are here. Your root system includes your identity, your self-belief in God. Number two, your attitude and values. And number three, your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Yeah, and understanding. Okay? So we have been telling us all this why. That, okay, let me clean this so I can write. Okay? We have been telling us that knowledge, it simply means package information, tell us to solve a problem. They have been telling us that knowledge is package information, tell us to solve a problem. And understanding means that you can assimilate it. Understanding means you can assimilate, or you can explain it, explanation. And number three, we talk about wisdom. That wisdom, all this while, has been an application. So we have been saying this over and over and over and over again. So, and your root system, three outline. Your root system. Okay. Your root system, A means your core values, your core conviction about yourself. So that you are so convinced about yourself that you don't lose your identity in the midst of struggles. You don't lose your attitude and your values in the midst of challenges of life. You don't compromise your hunger of acquiring knowledge, of acquiring information that will empower you to become the ultimate best version of yourself as an entrepreneur, to keep innovating. Because if you don't understand how the universe works, you will not appreciate innovation. I'll give you a practical example. When the war finished, the Nigerian Civil War, our parents that came out of the war, they saw the war, they saw the fight. You know what happened to them? They tend to be more loyal and calm people because of what they saw. And the next generation they get back to are questioning their loyalty. Those are parents that came out from the war. The people that will tell you, hey, listen to your girl, go to school, this is get a good job, be loyal, don't make trouble, because of what they saw. The people that they get back to never saw the war questioning them. Why are you so loyal to systems? Why not question the systems? My brother, when we get back to people like us, we are now questioning those people that, the generation that were questioning their loyalty. We, the millennials, questioning, why you not just know your worth? So we want to know our worth. We want to be paid our worth. So how can I generate revenue of 500 billion? You give me just 2 million now, 1 million now salary. So we are not okay with it. So that gave it to the rising of, when they say that when the heat When things are hard, entrepreneurs in it, because in my own generation, we are questioning out our worth. We should be paid our worth. You can see the rising of entrepreneurs. Now we are not just questioning about loyalty. We're not questioning about why you are where you are. We are questioning about your true value. You see us bringing systems so to know to be paid our worth. My brother, let me tell you what happened to us. We finally gave it to these ones they call Gen Z. You know what they're telling us? If it's going to work tomorrow, why don't you work now? If we are going to make the money tomorrow, why can't we make it now? Have you not seen where we gave birth to the fast generation, fast food, fast this, fast this? So you don't understand the situation you are as an entrepreneur. You not recognize that you are planted as a tree. Now the food grain season will not just happen tomorrow. We want to happen it now. So the question is that how can we become relevant today, tomorrow, and next tomorrow? Since there are seasons, is there anything we can do about the season? How many books can we learn? What can we shortcut the season so that we can be able? Because this generation are so impatient to get results. They no results. Anyway, tomorrow we'll connect the dots. We'll see what we can. Just about 5 outlines, so it's not much. We're already in outline number 3, so you can imagine we'll soon finish the class. So for now, our time is fast spent, so we have to stop here for today. So online community. No, let me give you one statement before I conclude this. Write it down. Grow your root, and your root will grow your fruit. Grow your root, and your root will grow your fruit. Grow your root. Grow your root, and your root will grow your fruit. So, what you should be focusing on growing is your root. I'll give you the story tomorrow. Grow your root, and your root will grow your fruit. Only focus on growing the root. Leave the rest. The rest will manifest on its own. I can assure you that when I give you the result tomorrow, then you can now understand that the only thing you need to focus on is to grow your root. And the real root will grow your fruit. So online community, don't get involved in a business without a mentor. You know why? Mentorship is a legal shortcut to success. He that stands on the shoulder of mentors will see far. And till tomorrow, see you at the top. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Shalom.